Welcome to Greenpar Electronics. Greenpar Electronics is the largest manufacturer of coaxial connectors and oscilloscope probes in the UK, and the people who work there are its leading asset. Everybody from the sales department to the production line are part of a growing and dynamic company. It's a team that works. But for it to work even more successfully, everyone needs to know where it's going and what it's doing. So let's take a look at some important facts. Greenpar ranks in the world's top 10 coaxial connector manufacturers, and Coline also ranks high in the manufacture of scope probes. Leaders in its home UK market for both connectors and probes, Greenpar Electronics exports around half of its sales for countries all over the world. A major strength in Europe with sales into Australasia and India, with the main growth areas being the Americas and the Far East. The Dubilier International Group comprises a range of electronic component companies. In the UK, Greenpar Electronics in Harlow is the division that handles all RF products, and Blundell's in Coventry manufactures component parts. The overseas division includes Automatic Connector Incorporated in New York, Test Probes Incorporated on the west coast of America, EDAC Incorporated in Toronto, handling low-frequency connectors, as well as Dubilier GmbH in West Germany. Greenpar Electronics is a leading RF products company based in Harlow, incorporating major product brands, Greenpar Connectors, Coline probes, and fiber optics. Greenpar was started in 1945, growing to sales of £1 million by 1968 when it was taken over by Thorn. It was then acquired in 1972 by Dubilier, and by 1984 it had reached sales of £7 million. In 85 it moved to the current premises in Cambridge Road, where its continued growth and merger with Coline has seen the expansion continue to around sales of £20 million. Major customers throughout the UK and overseas include large companies in a wide range of industry sectors. Connectors such as these have a variety of applications from telecommunications to computing, broadcasting to defence. Oscilloscope probes are used to enable measurements to be taken in densely packed equipment. The Greenpar Electronics site in Harlow is divided into several areas. The reception area, together with offices, and the management, sales and technical sections are grouped together here. The raw materials arrive in the auto shop, where they are processed and taken to secondary operations. The components are then passed on to the plating shop, and from there onto assembly, where they are assembled, checked and packaged before going on to finished goods ready for dispatch. The factory is within easy access of the M11, M25 and Stansted Airport, with good rail links to the city. Greenpar Electronics only recently moved to these new premises, which have provided a much larger and more pleasant environment for everyone working there. The reception area is the first contact for incoming visitors. It also offers secretarial backup with full fax and telex services. Every month, an executive team meets to discuss company policies, performance and progress.
For the month shows a fairly good performance all round, with output at a high level of 326,000 connectors a week.
As well as the managing director, there are the heads of each of the 5 departments: manufacturing, technical, computer systems, financial and sales and marketing. But it doesn't stop there. In order to foster the involvement of all employees in their work, all the issues raised here are communicated through the company structure, together with local departmental input by means of regular briefing sessions, as we'll see later. This is particularly important as far as essential corporate messages are concerned.
PLC and Seiko Inc. of Japan have signed a 7-year agreement for Greenpar to manufacture under license the fibre optic product that's already been approved by British Telecom.
So does that mean we can start talking to British Telecom and get them involved in our plans?
BT are aware of the arrangement with Seiko, but I think we should set up a formal meeting, a three-way meeting.
The home sales department is divided into 2 desks dealing with northern and southern location sales.
And which Marconi location are you from, Mr. Carson?
This gives for more personalised contact for UK customers.
Tompkin, who deals with the customers on our northern sales desk.
Customer records are constantly updated and orders are processed as quickly and efficiently as possible.
Best idea is send it through by fax. The number's 0279.
The sales desks are always in contact with the technical sales teams on the road to ensure continuous backup for customers.
Thank you. Bye for now.
With nearly half of our output being sent overseas, it is equally important that the export desk provides a similar service and in many instances have direct communication links with major outlets.
He asked that I get back to you to let you know the inquiry from Automatic in America for 100,000 pieces of
Production control plays an important part controlling factory throughput and matching this to orders.
every month thereafter. What do you think you can do?
Yes, I don't think that's going to be a problem due to it being a major item. But I'll just check the customer orders on the screen.
At the centre of all this activity is the computer room. Here, all the records, orders, in fact data from all the departments are stored. Instant access can be gained to any part of the computer's memory, thus providing a useful tool for scheduling and carrying out customers' orders. Research and development depend a great deal on the continuous testing of products undergoing temperature and environmental testing, essential for components used in aircraft, for instance. Computers play an important part in research, isolating problem areas and using very powerful data manipulation to enhance and develop new product lines, allowing Greenpar Electronics to keep ahead of its competitors. But high-tech isn't enough if it doesn't respond to customers' needs.
The customer has been in touch with me to say that he's happy with the samples we sent him, but he's a little concerned that they're only performing just within the parameters that he set.
Interaction between sales and research teams makes sure that the products meet their requirements exactly.
We added a PTFE insulator here, which will get over the problem of the dielectric extrusion.
Good. Do you have any idea when we'll be able to incorporate that modification into the samples?
We can incorporate that with immediate effect, and it'll go in the next batch of 20.
That's great. I'll leave you to get on with it then. Thanks.
Design is also given a high priority. In the drawing office, designs for our new products are carried out and existing designs are modified to customer specifications. Computers also play a part here.
So the customer there has decided to solder onto the ferrule, and we'll hold that into the body with a clamp now.
As well as providing three-dimensional designs, the computer-aided design system improves quality and enables designs to be downloaded directly into machine tools to give quicker and more advanced response to orders.
The drawing work on that?
No, it should only be kind of 2 days to complete.
Oh, okay, that'll give production control just about time to get the piece parts organised then. Excellent.
The auto shop. This is where the raw material starts its journey through the factory. The raw stock of brass and similar materials is delivered into the auto shop area for processing. There is a variety of machine tools to enable constant production of parts. Providing a better work environment are these acoustic panels which decrease noise levels. These are the brass bars as they're delivered before machining. They're held in store until they're needed. The Wickman multi-spindle machines are where 80% of the auto shop output is made. To maintain continuous quality control, machined components are checked and statistical process control methods are used to ensure efficient results. As well as hand-loaded machines, there are a range of autoloaders attached to the machines to provide more efficient throughput of machine parts with less physical effort. This is a single spindle machine at work. And this is an auto-loading single spindle machine. The latest technology is put to use in the machine shop by means of a computerized add-on feature. This reduces the amount of idle time between machining operations. Swarf, which is the metal that is machined away from the bars, is not wasted. It's spun to remove the oil and sold, and the oil is reused. All the parts need to be degreased in an automatic plant before going on to be plated. The entire machine shop output of 1 million turn parts a week goes through here. Continuous assessment of the output from the auto shop and secondary operations is made here. Precision measurements are taken and the results are fed into a computer for analysis. All the cutting tools in the factory are manufactured in-house. Once the components have gone through the auto shop, they're passed on to the second stage, appropriately known as second ops. Here in second ops, further machining takes place on rotary transfer machines. This one's equipped with a robot arm. Because they're almost wholly automatic, they don't need constant supervision and are especially useful for high volume output. Hand-operated rotary transfer machines are also used to complement the automatic machines. Complicated connectors often have to be manufactured in sections and then joined. This high-temperature oven joins the sections together in a process known as brazing. These hand-operated machines are used for doing smaller quantities than the automatic machines. In addition, there are a series of computer numerically controlled CNC machines which process small orders of connectors for specific customer requirements. This machine houses a 12-station turret with line drive tooling for milling, drilling and cross-tapping. Long and slender components require particularly precise machining. This CNC does precisely that, down to a minimum of 1 micron. The Centroflex is a multi-operation CNC for complex machining in second ops. Every month, all the employees are kept informed about company progress, performance, policy and people through briefing sessions held in the workplace. This communication has been briefed through the structure from the management team meeting we saw earlier, with local input being added at each level.
All round, our output was at a high level, 326,000 connectors a week.
Important corporate developments are passed on as well.
The Seiko products, fibre optic products under licence in here. We'll actually be doing it in-house.
Before the components undergo final assembly, all the piece parts have to be electroplated. The plating shop is located next to the secondary operations area and is one of the most sophisticated of its kind in the industry. There are 3 lines in all: the nickel, silver and gold electroplating. The nickel and silver lines are fully automatic and controlled by computer. The whole process is very efficient and the cycle time for the components to be cleaned and plated is around 90 minutes. The rinse waters are then treated in an automatic effluent plant before they're discharged to the sewers. These are the components before plating and after plating. The gold line for plating high-performance connectors is manually operated. A constant check on the output of the plating shop is maintained by very accurate instruments. Here, an X-ray machine is being used to verify the exact thickness of the plating. Determining the metal concentration in the solutions used in the plating shop is this instrument, an atomic absorption spectrophotometer. The plated piece parts are then transferred to the holding stores area before going on to assembly. But in addition to this, specialist parts are brought in from outside suppliers at a rate of about 2 million a week. These complement the parts manufactured at Greenpar Electronics to give an even wider range of connectors. And so on to the final stage of manufacture, assembly. The plated piece parts are then passed on to the assembly area, which completes the cycle of work before the final goods are dispatched. There are normally over 200 personnel in assembly, divided into separate sections. All connectors and probes go through assembly with batches varying from 1 to over 10,000 at any one time. This is the hand assembly area, where connectors are being assembled using toggle presses. There's an ever-increasing demand for complete cable assemblies, that is, cables with the connectors already attached. This cable trimming machine helps meet that demand. High-performance cable assemblies conforming to tight specifications are part of the industry's requirements. And this cable forming machine allows precision manufacture of semi-rigid cable assemblies using the latest up-to-date technology. Computers are used to give high accuracy measurements of cables and tools using this 3-coordinate measuring machine capable of measuring to less than a 10,000th of an inch. Forming part of Greenpar Electronics' move towards even greater efficiency are the MAMs, or modular assembly machines, designed and built in-house. These machines are easily interchangeable depending on each product's requirements. They're microprocessor controlled and designed to cope with a wide variety of assemblies. This MAM is pre-tinning connector contacts prior to final assembly. Even further efficiency is provided by the ICO automatic assembly machines. These have bowl feeding facilities to produce a sub-assembly from up to 6 separate parts at a rate of over 1,000 units an hour. And finally, there is a socket assembly machine, or SAM. This is also bowl-fed, capable of 1,000 units an hour, and continuously monitors quality. The SAM also automatically checks all connectors. Before going on to the dispatch area, the assembled connectors are bagged. This is an auto bowl feed bagging machine handling typically 1,000 parts per hour. By selecting various numbers of bowl feeders, parts can be combined to make up different forms of connectors. An essential part of the Greenpar Electronics philosophy is quality control. Here, in the Quality Assurance Department, tests are carried out on the assembled connectors or probes to ensure they achieve the high standards required. Air pressure testing is used to identify possible leaks in certain connectors. Electrical testing is also carried out. Metallurgical specimens are prepared for examination by polishing and can then be scrutinized under a 1,000 times magnification microscope or tested for hardness. Once all the assembled products have been bagged, they're moved to the dispatch area for final packaging and dispatch. Daily shipments worldwide are all part of the dispatch department's work. Sophisticated measuring scales are used to weigh and count products, and this greatly facilitates the packaging procedure. The weighed boxes are then securely bound using this binding machine before final dispatch. Each finished box of connectors leaves the factory with the assurance that every single component has received the very highest degree of attention at every stage of manufacture. That's a commitment worth keeping.
The quality has got to be built into the product at every stage, and the quality is responsible of every employee. Every work person in the company has got to produce their commitment to a quality product.
But quality products aren't only created through hard work. The well-being, motivation and satisfaction of all employees is the most important step towards achieving the best standards of work possible.
We've moved into new premises. The premises are much larger, much cleaner and brighter. The whole environment is much more pleasant to work in. Ever since day one, I found people very easy to get on with. The first day I was here, everybody said hello, everybody's very friendly. The atmosphere was extremely pleasant, and I've just felt that through the time that I've been here.
The people, especially in the auto shop, because I know them personally, are very friendly. We get on very well, and they're all pretty hard workers.
There's a lot of people here, we all get on well together. Very often go up to the STC Social Club, which we're members of. Meet up there during the week and at the weekends.
We all get on really well and we have a good laugh.
Yeah, Greenpar will help me progress, I think. I've learned a lot since I came here. It's been a great help to me.
The people are great in there.
They're very friendly, actually. Very nice people.